Hi everyone. Here I am again, just for a minute or six. I don't know. Oh gosh. Excuse me. Okay. It's just in the life of Elizabeth Marie. I got Elizabeth Marie right here with me. That's my inner Elizabeth Marie. She hangs with me every day. Okay, but I just wanted to show you what I got. I ordered from a place called Swansons. Oh, I think I need to start this over. It's a place called Swansons, which is up there in Massachusetts, but they all also have an online store where they sell all kind of different fabrics, which is scrap fabrics. But one of their one of their collections is garbage, hot garbage they call it. And so I wanted to see what the garbage was. So I ordered a package of garbage and I got it today and I am just truly impressed. It is just for a pound of this, it was $8 for a pound. I do not need scrap fabrics because I've got plenty, but I just was curious to see what they had because when I get scrap fabrics, different fabrics, they're always different than what I already have. So I've been tearing them into strips, whatever scrap, whichever fabrics in this scrap bundle. I mean, this was a pound. These ones I put off to the side because those might be big enough for my 5-inch squares. Because I'll take what's big enough for a 5-inch square. I'm going to keep for a 5-inch square, and if it's not big enough for a 5-inch square, I'm tearing it into strips. Tearing it because I like the ends, and I'm putting them strips about a 1/2 inch wide, or somewhere around there. Some of them are already in strips, just like that. I'm using a lot of my salvage edges as well that I've been saving, which this Shade Beach for Henry Glass Company. In this bunch of garbage, I got some um, salvage edges, which I think is just awesome. What I'm making, this is what I'm making. I'm making a quilt, and I take my 5-inch squares and I start sewing onto the 5-inch squares. These strips, just all different strips. And this is all I've got so far is 4x4. What I do is I make 4 squares and put them squares together to make a diamond shape in the middle. And then when I get 2 of those together, I sew them together. When I get 2 more, then I sew it. So this is all I've got done so far, is 16 squares. I love it, and I'm putting it together rag style. I'm just putting it together rag style, so I can, the back is going to be all different fabrics, and some will match and some won't match, but I'm not into all that matchy stuff. So that's what I'm making. But so like I say, I'm just ripping them apart. Look at, there's another selvage edge. And so what I do, I'm not near my sewing machine. It's over at the other table. I take a what I do is I'll take a piece. We'll see, that's not long enough. I got to get a longer one. See, I'll take a strip and I go from point to point this way on my square. You can hand stitch it if you want to do slow stitching, or you can use a machine. I'm using a machine on this particular thing. I do a lot of things that are slow stitching, but this I'm doing using the machine. But then see, once you put one on, then you get each one will get shorter. See, so your short little pieces too are very important to keep. because see, now like this one, that one will fit next to that one. See, so you just keep putting them up that way. But we just keep, see that little piece? I'll use that. All those little strips like that. This one here, I think I'll put that. Now see, when I have one here that is a plain light color, I'll put that between two darker colors. Now here, this, I don't know if this will tear. This is feels like maybe it's like a flannel. Let me see. Oh, for one thing, it wasn't cut on the grain, so which is okay, because even this piece, I can put that on. Even though, see, it's wide here and goes to a point, I can still use that too. This flannel doesn't tear as well. See, there's a little short piece was already ready. Here's here's some strip already. And you know, you get such different pieces. They're just different. This is like a tube, but that'll work. And this is like a tube as well. That'll work. Look at this one. That's cool. Let's see how this one goes for tearing. If it's not right on the straight of the grain, you don't get a real. But you got a long enough piece, though. That'll work. See? That'll work. And even the skinny part, that'll still work. These ones might be too skinny. Those are real skinny. But those can still go in my stuffing pile. It's not like they're garbage. It's just kind of garbage. Sort of garbage. Kind of sort of garbage. See there? That will go right down the middle of one. That'll fit perfect. There's one short enough to go on the edge. Let me see. I think I can get a 5x5 out of this. So I'm going to save that piece and get a 5x5 out of that. And this piece, some of the pieces are big. Now see that one? 5x5 will come out of that. No prob. No problem, Bob. And so, let's see. I'll just measure here and get 5 inches right there. And so once I get all of these ready to go, then okay, so that's 5 inches wide that way. So then I'll just measure it right there and tear it and get that 5 inches. So see, now I have a 5-inch square there. So, and it doesn't matter what my 5-inch squares are, just so long as they're 5-inch squares. And it's every bit just out of scrap fabrics. And like this was garbage. Boy, I'd love to live right. The girl that I learned this from, the girl I learned this from lives right there in this town, where she can just go up to the place and dig through what they have. And so she says she's got enough scraps to last her for the rest of her life. And so, boy, wouldn't it be fun to just go, if you were there, if you're anywhere near Massachusetts, where this place is from. It's called Swansons Fabrics. I'll put a link below this video if you want to go and just visit their webpage to see what they have, because it's always forever changing, because it's whatever they have, you know, because they get fabrics that are donations and such as that. So see there, all them strips. Got all these strips. Once you have the strips ready to go, then once you sit down there at your sewing machine, you just pick them up. They go so quickly. They just go so quickly. I love this, how this color. And you can't really, once, you know what, this one here, I think I'm going to save this strip for my rug. That's a pretty long strip. I think I'm going to save that for my rug, because I'm working on a locker hooked rug too. I worked on that a little bit today. Yeah, this is long. I think I'm going to save that for my locker hooked rug. This is my, let me see if I find that real quick here. Can't be far because I was just working on it 5 minutes ago. This is where I'm doing my locker hooking, my rug. See, I'm using strips, just scrap strips. These strips, I got all these from Ray. That's not supposed to be in there. It is. There's a locker hook. I just started somewhere in the middle of this piece, and I've just been going around and around putting in these scraps. But see, I've got strips of fabric for this. They're anywhere from a half an inch. Then they're tied together. They're like about a half an inch, some a little narrower, some a little wider. But that all goes into this here rug with locker hooking. And so I love doing that too. So I've been working on that. But I have this, I don't know what it is, what is it called when you can't hardly keep focus on one thing? And so this would work on my left shoe. Oh, my thumb. You guys, my cat ran away. My friend said, what if she was in heat? If she's in heat, she would be out looking for a boyfriend. But she left yesterday afternoon. Well, the last time I seen her was yesterday afternoon, late afternoon. And then I haven't seen her all day. So, but she left. Why'd she leave me? I don't know. I feel kind of bad. But if she left because she's in heat, well, then she'll be back. She'll be back once she finds a boyfriend. And but she has an appointment on the 6th to go and get things taken care of, which I'm gonna keep her appointment. I won't call and cancel it because she just may show up and come back, and then she'll still go get her little surgical procedure done. But darn it, I can't believe she left. And me and Papa's been everywhere looking for her to see if we can find her hiding somewhere. And she's nowhere. She can't, I don't know where she is. And she hasn't touched her food. We put the food in the dish and it's like piled in a little mound, so we know if she's touched her food. And she hasn't touched her food. And so, I don't know. Bless her heart. So, maybe wherever she first comes from, maybe she decided to go back home because she was just a stray. So maybe she just decided to go back home. I bought her some toys. I bought her food. I bought her a litter pan. I bought her a bed. She got all the niceties. But Lord have mercy, she done left. She done left and didn't even leave a message. So, well, we'll watch. She might show up. Or maybe another cat will show up. You never know. I'm not getting rid of my cat stuff. Because she might show up, or somebody else might show up to use her stuff. I don't know. So, I am just ripping this, getting all these strips, so that when I go and start sewing this thing together, it will be just beautiful. And I think that it will be beautiful. It may not be beautiful to some, but it'll be beautiful to me. Like I tell my friends, when I give them to a friend, I say, here's a doggy blanket. You can have this doggy blanket for your doggy. And then they can use it for their doggy, and they don't have to expect much if it's for their doggy. Because I do scraps. This is a neat fabric here. This here fabric feels like that flour sack fabric right here. That's what that feels like right there. It might even be. I also ordered one bag that was called fancy garbage. Well, it turns out it's all satin. Look at there, just a little edge, another little edge. I don't really use a lot of satin, and you can't tear it, so I'm going to be cutting strips of satin because strips of satin will also look really, really pretty on these squares. And so I'll be doing that too. And then they also have one of their choices is for $1 you can get their mixed garbage. This one is, everything that's in this box was $1. This was their mixed. That means it's not been sorted into fancies or it's not been sorted like into fancies or what quiltings or whatever they have. So they're all just different. This is something I've never seen something like that. The here piece, that's going to be pretty slow stitched onto something. I like that. Whatever it is, I like it. That'll be pretty. But look at this was in there, and this is like a collar, like a lace collar, and that's real vintage looking. I like. This was $1, so they have some that's just $1. Now see these squares? They're more than 5 inches, but I'm going to cut them to 5 inches so that those will be backs. You see a lot of strips. It's called Swansons. If you just look up Swansons, you'll find it. But, oh, and you know, when you have, look at this. Isn't that pretty? When you have scraps of fabric, you just do not mind tearing it up even more. It's so much easier to tear it up even more than it's already torn up. Now see, like these here, them was just already in squares. So them, and that's kind of flannel. I might use that for something else because there's something I want to do with 6-inch squares too. Another quilt idea that I saw, and I might save that for that. Look at this piece. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, there's at least a 5x5 right there in that corner of that one. That's pretty. Oh my. And yeah, there's quite a bit of that one. And so, but I mean, they tell you it's garbage. So when you get a piece that looks like that, don't complain because they told you it was garbage. But look at this stuff. You can't throw this stuff in the garbage. You can't. No, no way ever. No. Look at that pretty piece of fabric right there. You see this piece? I'll probably use this just as it's shaped right there and use it on a slow stitch. On my slow stitching, I'm doing my slow stitch, oh, what do you call it? The meditative slow stitching project that I'm working on. Look at that one. See, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? You can't argue with that. I mean, and every bit of this was $1 right here in this dollar bin. Holy smoke! I almost like the dollar stuff. This is nice. See, and there's a strip. That's a long strip. Ooh, I'm gonna use that on my rug. Look at that flannel, that plaid flannel. Don't you just love plaid flannel? So yeah, I'm happy. I'm real happy with her. And it's not like I need scraps, so don't be sending me no scraps or nothing. I don't need them. I just was curious. I was just curious, and the price was, oh, I'm going to make 5x5s out of this one. I was just curious as to what you actually get in what they call garbage. And so, because we all know that somebody's trash is somebody else's treasure. We done figured that out. And so, I like that idea. Look at this. Now, see? I'll get 5x5s out of that piece. Oh, I better first just snip that edge off till I get it straight. And there's a piece that will sew on. And then I'll go and measure 5 inches. There's one 5-inch square. And another 5-inch square. And this is fun. Okay, so tomorrow now, I'm going to have my friend Samantha's over tomorrow. Now, when she comes, we're going to be, as far as I know, we're going to be doing our diamond art together. Because she's working on diamond art, and I'm also working on a diamond art project. And so, diamond painting, whatever you call it. And so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And I says, maybe we'll go live like me and Ray did. She says, well, if I can hide under the table and put a bag over my head. That's what she said. How dare she? But anyway, so we might. I don't know. We'll see. I won't make her do something she doesn't want to do. But we could still go live and just with our showing our diamonds. Showing our diamonds, right? See there? Look at there. There's them. Little straight pieces, little scraps. Look at this. Taking there. That's all these little pieces. Look at them. It's all ready to go. Look at that polka dots. Ooh, look at them polka dots. Ooh, look at them polka dots. Oh no, I think these polka dots is going to go in my rug. Because in the rug, you really do not see. In the rug, you do not see the print at all. It's you see the. In the rug, you see just the beautiful colors. Now, see here, like I've got this long piece now, and well, this end I gotta cut some, thin that up some. But see, I'll put that on that square, and I'll sew it right till I get to the end. Then I cut it, and then I have the rest. See, so. I don't actually cut the to length until I have it stitched on. Then I cut it to the length. And so look at that. This here piece looks like it should have owls on it. So yeah. See, and even that little piece like that. When you get to the corner, you need little pieces. You need little pieces. So like when you're sewing your corner, when you're sewing your piece, you know, you start with the long one in the middle. And then each one as you go down gets a little shorter. When you get to the corner, when you get down to the corner, you'll need little teeny tiny piece right there. So even the little teeny tiny pieces are very important. You use them all. You use them all up. I mean, I think it's beautiful. I'm going to continue to work on these. I'm going to continue to work on this until I'm done. And then when I'm done, I'll make another. Now I'll make another, and that's what I'll do. And so, but I just want to show you what's fun. And just say hello. And so you could see that Elizabeth Marie is doing good too. I just love her so much. She's just my girl. Here you go. Lay down and rest right there, Elizabeth. I can't see you. I can't see you unless you lay right here. But then you need a pillow. There. Now, there you go, Elizabeth Marie. It's my inner child. Jennifer was here today, and I gave her her inner child. I said, Jennifer, this is your inner child. She goes, will she come to life in the middle of the night? I said, no, quit watching them spooky movies. I have 2 daughter-in-laws that do not like porcelain dolls because of a movie that they watched. See that? That's pretty. So they don't like porcelain dolls. They're worried they're going to come to get alive in the middle of the night. No, they're not. Good. Don't get so nuts. Well, they can believe what they want to believe. But I told Jennifer, I said, well, you don't have to take this if you don't want it. And she took it. She took it home. She may have threw it out the window. What's that? Oh, that's Tommy Sue coming after her little doggy. She's looking for her little doggy. I knew I heard a little voice. It's her calling her little doggy. Yep. Because she was, I got all three dogs today because Jeffrey's here with his little doggies. And so, even Elizabeth Marie, she likes to be in the middle of a bunch of fabric scraps. She likes it. Makes her feel good. I want her to feel good. I want her to feel happy. I want her to be happy. And she's happy. Look at these. I'm telling you. Some of you might not see the beauty in this, but I'm telling you, Carmen does. Carmen, you see the beauty in this, don't you? Yeah, Carmen doesn't need any scraps either. But something about scraps that's just, you know, some ladies just get all excited about diamonds and rubies and emeralds and that kind of thing. But then some get excited about scraps of fabric. And I am the lighter. I am of the scrap. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? Perfect. Already ripped in the perfect size. This is like a little flannel piece. We'll have to cut that one. But anyway, that's it. I won't keep you any longer. But, oh, look at that dotted Swiss there. How pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? There's no 5x5 on there, so that's going to be all strips. I like to have, like, I'm using up a lot of my, I've been saving my selvage edges, but using the selvage edges, you come up with a lot of white. And so, but having these pieces mixed in with the selvage edges, I'll have more color in the white and the color. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay, well, I won't, look, I've almost gone through my whole stack. Oh, see, now this piece is a pretty good size too. I'll get 5x5s out of that one, 5x5s out of this one, and out of this one. So you get all different sizes. Oh, look at this, how pretty that is. These are so pretty. So pretty. Look at this. I like that. See, now I can cut that one. Just let that one be half as wide. And that's good. Okay, Elizabeth, how's life? Should we read something? Okay, let's read something from Spirit. We'll read something from Spirit, me and Elizabeth. Let's go to this one right here. Okay. Dearest you, and you, my girl, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. Look at that, chaos. Some may look at this fabric and think it's just utter chaos. But look at over here. Once I got that into my little scrap pile, that's order right there. And once I get them scraps sewed on those little pieces, order. Okay. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. Oh, yeah, that's in my life. You need to get rid of the clutter. I don't know about that. Whether it is too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Ooh, that seems to be there. Discern what you have. Sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, and it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. Now see, there you go. When I first started reading this, I thought, oh no, 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 no. I thought that's not for me. But then as I read through it, it is for me because chaos, there is order. And you need to get rid of clutter. But here they said, whether it is too many stories in your mind, that is clutter. I have a lot of that clutter, and I'm working on that through my meditation. And too many what ifs. I have a lot of what ifs in my life story. A lot of what ifs, past and future. And that's what it says, thoughts of the past or the future. Instead, focus on the now, today. Yes. Clean your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. And you know what? I have got some things in this house that remind me of an uncomfortable story. And I do need to get rid of them. And yeah, I need to get rid of them. Discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as you give space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free of distractions. And boy, is this ever very, 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 very on target. And because, like they say, you've got things cluttering your mind, and you don't need some of those things cluttering your mind. And I'm working on those things right now, and I'm doing a lot of meditation, and I do that while I do my slow stitching, and other times too, doing other things too, just whenever I have a quiet moment of my own. And I know that I've got a lot of stuff just gathered up in my mind, in my head that doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to be there. I need to quit beating myself up for something that happened 100 years ago. I have to stop that, and because that stuff is what's dragging me into the muck, into the muck. You know, I don't know if I told you this, but I was listening to one of my. I listen to a lot of speakers that podcasts, and and I listen to them, and I learn. And you know what compost is? Do you see any beauty in compost? I mean, you could go dump your coffee grounds in the compost, rub your potato peelings in the compost. You could just throw everything rotten in the compost, and then it composts together and makes this smelly old dirt. But think about this. You look at a pond with the lily pads on the pond, and then all the beautiful little flowers that's growing on the lily pads in the pond. But if you dive to the bottom of the pond, what you see at the bottom of that pond is just a bunch of silt, a bunch of muck, and a bunch of mess, and a bunch of compost. Everything goes down there. It dies, turns into compost. But when you add that compost, what beautiful things come out of it. If you try to plant flower seeds in a pot full of sand, it's not, those flower seeds are not going to grow. They're not going to grow. You can water them and do everything with them, and they're not going to grow in that beach sand. That beach sand's beautiful to look at, but you ain't going to grow no flowers in that stuff. But if you take some of that beach sand and you mix some compost with it, then you're going to get some beautiful flowers. So if you look at your life as compost, all the things that went in, you've put beautiful things in there. You've put some pretty raggedy things in there. Maybe you haven't. I'm talking for myself. And but then all that stuff together has made compost that now here I am in my 8th decade of life. And I can say that without all of that compost in my life that have composted together, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I'm happy with who I am today. And I still, and like I tell you, I do the meditation, and I'm trying to, uh, I'm taking care of my inner child. This is my inner child. I'm taking care of her, and because for so many years I've carried her around with me, and not this particular doll, but inside of me, my inner child is in there, and I didn't know that I could actually heal that wounded inner child. I can heal her, and that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on today and tomorrow and yesterday. And boy, since I started really concentrating on healing my inner child, I just feel like a new person. I feel like a new person, and it feels good. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to ask God to watch over you every step you take and every move you make, keep you happy and healthy, and do something with some scraps. Oh my gosh, scraps! I'm telling you, scraps are beautiful. And Elizabeth Marie's beautiful. She's beautiful. Look at that. It's my inner child. That's my inner child. There she is. She's beautiful. I think I'm going to start decorating up her robe, make it even more beautiful than it is. Right now, she likes it just like it is, but I might decorate it up. I found her a little dog. I'm going to glue her little dog. Well, I don't know where her dog was. Oh, there it is. See, she's got a little puppy right there. That little doggy. She's so pretty. And so, but I gave my doggy to her. I'm going to glue her right here to her stand, so she'll always have her little dog with her. That's one of the things I've done for her so far, is I gave her a little dog. So, oh, I gave her a necklace too. She got a necklace and a little dog. But she's going to keep the same hairdo. She's going to keep them because I love that hairdo. She's going to keep the same clothes because I love them clothes. I just add to it. Okay. Did I already say that I want to ask God to watch over you too? Every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and keep you happy and healthy and hearty and humble and secure and healthy and hearty. I always said that. Okay. God bless you all, and come back to the next video. It won't be, well, you never know what it'll be. Okay. My videos are strange. Bye-bye.